did God call you? I'm guessing it was probably in 2008.
Yes.
That's when you got the idea, or how did God call you to make the film?
Well, I was a representative in Idaho, and I wrote a letter to the editor about a meeting I'd gone to in 1992 of the Communist Party USA. And to make a long story short, in 1989, the Berlin Wall had come down, and then in 1991, December, the Soviet Union dissolved. But 6 months later, the summer of '92, they were having a meeting at the University of California, Berkeley, right out here. And one of my father's friends who had studied communism for a long time, he said, "Why are they having a meeting? It's over, we won, what's going on?" And he asked me to go to the meeting for him and just see what they're talking about. So I went to that meeting. Well, 16 years later, when I was a representative, I remembered what they had said at that meeting, how they were going to try to destroy our free enterprise system, our morality, and
schools.
Yeah, yes. And so I remembered back to it, and I said, wait a minute. And I realized that's a lot of the things that have happened over the last 16 years. I thought that was just some fringe people, but I said, if you're making something happen, that means you're not as fringe as we think you are. You have to have influence to be able to accomplish these goals that seemed radical back then, even in '92. And so I wrote a letter on that. It exploded. People were protesting at the Capitol against me. and all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, something is going on here. And I started to dig into research, and that was 2008. And I came across so much information that showed the changes in America over the last 100 years have been purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an accident. It's not, oh, America's just falling off the cliff. No, there's been people and groups purposefully, premeditatedly working to undermine our families, our churches, our educational system, media, Hollywood, to use those as weapons against us to change us as a people from within. And so much of the information I came across, I was blown away by it. And I said, people need to know about this. And I thought, how do I get this to people? I thought of writing a book, but I'm not a great writer. And I said, oh, people don't read nowadays anyway. Mm-hmm. And I started praying about it. And after about 6 months of praying about it, I realized, I think God wants me to make a movie. And so that's how it came about.